And welcome to a special playthrough of Harmony of Dissonance, where I'm going to be going through the... whoops. Forgot my button setups for a second there. But yeah, I'm going to be going through Maxim. I kind of forgot that I had the B button set up as the A button. Oops. That was my practice file. X. Not sure how the X got there twice. Alright, so I've already explained some of the basics of Maxim in the last episode of the main game. But just a little bit more of an explanation. For one thing, Maxim always seems to do 79 damage every time he attacks somebody, and I'm not entirely sure as to why. My best guess is that he has 79 attack power and he just ignores enemy defense, since that's typically how these games work, and plus he's able to still get critical hits. You'll notice he's a good deal faster than Juste. I still have trouble with that name. I don't think I'll ever not have trouble with that name. And the main point of Maxim mode is to defeat every boss in the game to open up the final boss, which you can only fight the last form of said final boss. But hey, at least he actually gets to fight the final boss, unlike Richter and Maria in Symphony of the Night. These are probably going to be retardedly long videos, because Maxim can get a lot done in a very short amount of time. What I'm planning on doing with him is going through all of Castle A, or I'm not going for like full percentage-wise, but I am going to go for like where the oh wait, I wanted something back over this way. But I am going for, you know, the heart max-ups like that, and life max-ups. I'm going for all that stuff. And this is a solo run because Mark doesn't really need to see me go back through the game again with a different character. And, yeah. Also, this just helps increase our Halloween. I almost said Hollywood for some reason. Halloween output for this year. Blah, 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 blah. One thing about Maxim is he has relatively low defense, use his speed and somewhat high attack power, especially for this point in the game, to get him through. One thing I don't like is almost all of his sprites are just reused. He's just a sprite mod of Juste. That's pretty much all he is. Like, all of his animations are exactly the same. He's got his boomerang thing, which in the Japanese version he actually makes his sword transform and then throws it, instead of it being a weird star boomerang. His sword also has an interesting name. It's called the Stellar Sword. Or is it Stella Sword? I think it's Stellar or Stella. Stella! One thing that's kind of funny is when you look at your save file, it claims that he's at level 0. Like, I've never heard of a game that has an actual level 0. That kind of boggles my mind, honestly. Like, usually in these alt modes, characters are considered to be at level 1 at best. But level 0? That's just like, wait, what? Really? That seems very weird to me. As per usual with these extra characters, there are no cutscenes or what have you. No equipment to find. No leveling up, so you'll be level 0 forever. I'll make sure I clean out this place before I move on. Ow! Stupid flea man. Just flee, man. Hunt Max up. Considering his one and only special weapon costs 5 hearts to use, those are very important to find. They're also important for another reason that I'll get into later if I need to. And that reason is quite literally a lifesaver. Those who know what I'm talking about, well, they know what I'm talking about. Ow. Alright. If you press up and then do a fireball motion and the attack button, you'll use 50 hearts and fully heal yourself. So there, that was the quite literal lifesaver that I was referring to. And then there's a life max up right there in a hallway with no enemies. So I just wasted 50 hearts. Good job, me! Ow! Ow! Considering his defense is his one weak spot, that's very useful. It can help keep you alive until the next save room. If you play more competently than I do. But yeah, also my plan is to go through all of Castle A first, and then do Castle B, except for Death. Death is like the one detour I'll take in regards to Castle A. It's kind of like that one stop, or one station in Octo Expansion that Mark was like, oh, I'm gonna do everything in alphabetical order and do everything in order, and then is like, oh, wait, detour because I don't want to do that one thing. So, yeah. Except, I have more freedom to do everything else around it. Just coming in here to nab more life max up, which I should have nabbed earlier. I may have done some practice, but I did not exactly optimize my route through here. Hold on. Sorry, I'm going to edit that out. Am I even going in here? It's not like I'm doing this for map completion. Oh. There was a reason to come in here. That background is still gonna hurt people's eyes. Woo! Stupid Medusa heads. Did they have to give the statues tiny little dinky penises? Like, really? I can't unsee that. I guess if there's any ladies in the audience, you're welcome? I don't know. Like, I don't know what to say. Oops. Die, Fleeman, die. How long has this been going? 10 minutes? Not bad. By the way, I'm not doing all of these bosses in the exact order. Oh, if you press back, forward, down, and attack, you get to do the Maxim Mirage. Which, when it actually hits, does a shit ton of damage. Of course, it costs MP to do that. You can also just screw attack your way through enemies by pressing up and jump, which makes you invincible while doing so, and does 79 damage, so yeah, there's that. Excellent! Ah, excuse me. On to the next area! The Wailing Wall! Wall! I wonder if anyone's ever read that as the Walling Wall. It's a wall that walls. We're going to build a wall. It's going to be awesome, and we're going to get the Belmonts to pay for it. Probably using money they found in the castle. Ow. Okay, I know the Trump jokes is like the easiest thing to make, but come on. I don't even really, like, hate Trump. Ironically enough, my opinion on him has improved over time. Like, I still don't think he's the greatest president, but I no longer think he's as bad as most of the mainstream media has tried to spin him. In fact, I really don't trust half of anything the mainstream media puts out these days. They are indeed fake news, and they have been caught with their pants down multiple times. Kind of like those statues from earlier, with their pants down. And just like those statues from earlier, no one wants to see that shit. Ow. Rock armor. But it wasn't rock. Oh, come on! I'm going to unplug this damn phone because nobody of any importance is calling right now. I just hope a real emergency doesn't happen while I'm recording and I actually need the phone because stupid solicitors have already... My hearts are 123. Stupid ass phone. Ow. But yeah, I definitely want to get those life up items before fighting certain bosses, just to give myself better chances. Shrine of the APOSTATES... whatever. Why is this even a separate area from the last area? Like, seriously. They feel like they should just be one area. They're not even separated by a door. So oftentimes when I play this, I forget that these are supposed to be two different areas. It kind of makes me think of Symphony of the Night and how they have, like, 3 different catacomb areas. Like, really? I tend to even there, I tend to forget that those are technically separate areas. It's just like, what was the point of this? Why? Well, at least those are separated by doors and have something of a different feel. I guess this has different background graphics, so... Nah. That's something, I guess. Like, I'm really at a loss here why this had to be a separate thing. But, okay, sure, whatever. I'll bite. Triple jump. I guess I'm full on hearts. Lizard man, lizard man. I rapidly stab you in the face. It doesn't... This attack animation just looks weird. It's just his whip animation, but with his sword, and it looks like he should be landing at least 2 or 3 hits per hit. And like that just does not look normal. As for his running animation, now I've said this before, but it does look better than Justy's, even though it's literally the exact same animation in the same frames. It's just that he runs faster, and so it moves between the frames faster, so it tricks your eye better. Your eye doesn't notice that there's frames missing, it starts to kind of fill in the blanks, which is how the human eye technically works. Now, I wonder if they could have made... I wonder if they could have made it for Justy, where, like, it cycles through the frames just as quickly, but, you know, still makes him actually walk slower. Just have the frames cycle while... I don't know. Maybe not. Eh. That's a tricky one to assess. What isn't tricky, however, is fighting this living armor. Especially if you, like, I don't even need to resort to any special tricks or anything. I just keep attacking him, and eventually he'll fall apart. I did not... Well, okay, when I thought of the sentence in my head, I was like, it would be kind of funny if I said fall apart right as he literally falls apart. And so I was like, maybe he's close to it, so perhaps I could delay it. So it was like half planned, but planned at the last second, which is, you know, the absolute worst type of plan in existence. Oh, and also anything that requires the Crush Stone is just open. Not going to the next castle just yet. Skeleton, skeleton. That's funny. I actually did not intend to do that. That was completely by accident. I was just turning around, trying to duck and attack, and yeah, that just happened. It's like, that's a bit overkill, but sure. Okay, whatever. Sure, okay, whatever you say. In the skeleton cave, my sword I will wave. Because my name is not Dave. Woo! Skeleton ape. Because he does a fixed amount of damage, pretty much every enemy in the game will, unless you get a critical hit, will basically just take like 1 or 2 hits, sometimes 3 hits depending on the enemy. I don't think there's many normal enemies that take more than 4 hits at most, unless it's an enemy that was also a boss at some point. Ow. That was my new attack style. It was the face-to-face style. I'm just making shit up. Bone thrower! Ooh, life max. Oh, very typically, you'll usually find that, and I should have mentioned this earlier, but in areas where you would have found, I really shouldn't do this while it's recording, but whatever. Save, that is. But in areas where you would normally have found Juste's books, you'll sometimes find additional life or heart max. I think it's always an additional heart max, but I know there was a... Like, I can't remember if the book in that area was... I can't remember if the book in that area was I can't remember if that book was in Castle A or Castle B. I know it was in that room, though. I also know that that's supposed to be a much harder boss, but thanks to Maxim's attack power, well, it just died. Ow. Do. I sorta kinda have a plan through the castle, but I've never enacted this actual plan. It's just something I thought of after doing a second practice run. Ow. On my first practice run, like, I was sort of doing what I'm kinda doing now, but I didn't do this, for one thing, because I thought that the Legion Corpse would kick my ass, but I was pleasantly surprised that I could get through that as well as I did. So, yeah. Speed running tactics! On max up! Ow. I don't appreciate getting, ow, stabbed in the face, sir. That's not appreciative at all. Honestly, the fact he does fixed damage really feels more like classic Castlevania in some ways. Except for when you get the occasional critical hit. Maybe they should have made it so we couldn't get critical hits, and then it would really feel like old school Castlevania. Welcome to the gameplay with old school Castlevania. Killing everything with a fixed amount of hits that didn't rhyme or flow. I don't know. Of course, he also attacks really fast compared to just his whip. Somersault. What's the point of money? I can't buy shit. Excuse me. I never understood the point of these alternate modes giving you cash. Like, I can't spend it. Oh, jeez. Good thing I can do that. Ow. Huh. The bone soldiers, who normally are weaker in any game, take more hits than the flail guards. That's interesting. I guess the flail guards are just a bunch of flailures. Nyeh. Disc armor has been discontinued. Axe armor level 2. Oh yeah? Well, I'm a level 0 and I kicked your ass. So there. Yeah. Bone archer. And this is the room where you could, you know, put all your furniture and stuff. Apparently that was a cancelled concept from Symphony of the Night. So they just stuck it in this game, and it has, like, no real bearing on anything. So, good job. Spectre. These guys only take 2 hits. But, it's... Yeah, it wouldn't be so tough if I could use a shield. Here's a question. Why do shields in Symphony of the Night only protect you from projectile attacks? I think they'd be a lot more effective if they could protect you from enemy strike. Like, they don't have to protect you from touch damage necessarily, but, you know, from maybe, like, when an enemy goes to strike with a weapon or something, they could protect against that. I mean, all enemies still telegraph their attacks, just like they did in Rondo of Blood. And in fact, they're still using sprites straight out of Rondo of Blood, so... Ow. I can only do that one more time right now. Sprigham. To me, these brigands look like armless Saggets from Street Fighter. That's what they've always looked like to me. That's probably what they'll always look like to me. If you're ever running low on health and hearts, since you can use your hearts to refill your health, this room, well, you won't build them up super quickly, but you can at least build them up. You can also build them up a little bit in this room. I was trying to jump down, not slide. Oh, I thought there was something in there. I think there's something... Oh, that's the room... In Castle B, that's the room you would come out of using that one portal. Okay, gotcha. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3. That's all the hits it takes to kill you, not me. Sprig in, sprig out. Ow. Ow, jeez. That's what I get for trying to dash everywhere. Ow. Wonder if you could calculate his health by just looking at the amount of damage he takes and how much gets chipped away at that bar. Ah, jeez! No! No, 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 no. Ah! You know, I've often asked myself, why would you kill enemies in these extra modes if you don't level up? But the answer is usually quite simple. To get the enemies out of your way. Same reason you would do so in any other platformer from back in the day. To get the enemies out of your way. Ka-chink. Wait a minute. Speaking of getting enemies out of my way... Ow. Ow. Alright, you, sir, are getting on my nerves. Thank you. I almost sounded like I was singing the Dragon Ball tune there. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Ba-da-bam-bam, ba-da-bam-bam, ba-da-ba-da-bam. Ow. Get out of my way, Mr. Spraygan. Posing lizards. Posing lizards don't scare me. It's a tower of bone pillars! It's a pillar of bone pillars! A literal bone pillar! He still has some overhead reach with that. Ah! There was a point to going this way! Yeah, I don't actually remember where all of those are off the top of my head. Aha! Of course, if you can avoid certain enemies, then... Ah! His throwing up actually worked that time! Ow! I thought I could jump to kick him to death. I thought wrong! Sylph. Project Sylph Cry something. Look, what do you want from me, huh? Tiny devil, who looks like the demon familiar that opens the switches. Tiny devil, get away from me. I don't know why I'm singing in this voice. Ow. Man-hater. Man-eater. Out of my way, Pixie. I was originally planning on doing this whole mode as a one-in-one, but after a practice session of mine, I was like, can I really do that as a one-in-one? What I might end up doing is I might divide it into two videos. The first video being Castle A, and then the second video being Castle B, plus the death. Castle B, plus death. Ow. Let's see. Ow. Disc armor. Die. Oh no, it's you again. Surprise, motherfucker! Oh no, it's you again. Okay. I did not expect that to go like that. Wow. Wow. Just wow. That was surprisingly easy. Sheesh, maybe I could do death in this video. I don't know. There used to be a time when I was not as good at that Maxim Mirage, but I've gotten better at it. I mean, hot damn, dude. Just wow. Maxim Mirage! That and the healing thing are like the two moves Mark has not seen. Disc armor out of my way. Victory armor, you've got nothing to say. But the pixie chicks are here to not stay. And the sex armor's in my way. You know what? I'm actually starting to change my mind in regards to death. I might decide to try my hand at it. Kind of wish there was MP max up items in this game, just so Maxim could use his special moves more. Ow. More so the somersault special move. Ow. And of course, as always, you can just block enemy attacks by usually just destroying them outright with an attack of your own. That's always been a thing in Castlevania. It's like one thing you've got up your sleeve that really helps, just, you know, even the odds. Never tell me the odds, except for when they're in my favor. Told you this was a solo playthrough. Yeah. Out of my way, tiny devil! Boom, 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 boom. Mating penis plan. Alright. This is probably a very, very stupid idea, but I'm gonna go for it anyways because you're stupid. Exactly. Wait. No. This is going to be the most foolish plan in the history of foolish plans, but that guy is just stuck in that location. Like, I have no idea why. He just cannot move from that one spot. I just always found that weird. I think I'll let my MP recharge a little bit here before I take one death. Because, like I said, this is going to be extremely retarded. I don't even know why I'm bothering right now. Back forward. Back forward down. 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 Damn it. Do I not have enough MP for this? Ah, that was not my intent. Ouch. Where are you? That would have been funny if my invincibility frames had ended. Okay. There was no need for a death detour. I killed death. I should have no fear of dying from now on. Ironically speaking, that sometimes kind of is how Castlevania games are. It's like, if you can kill death, well, nothing else should really kill you. Whee! Skipping over that room because it's bullshit. I'm actually glad now that I even gave that a try to begin with. There aren't really many bosses left in the game that have me fearful like death would be. Ah. Excuse me. Ow. Stupid pixie chicks. Critical. Ow. Man-eater. $400. $100. Aqueduct of Dragons. Aqueduct Tales. Woohoo! Back, boomerang armor! Back, I say! Oh, you want a boomerang? Here's my boomerang! My boomerang beat your boomerang! Ha-ha! Oh, in the wiki it says that something about Maxim having to get the remains of Dracula, but the remains of Dracula aren't here. They're all replaced by a single, ow, heart. You foul slime! Merman, merman. My man! Hard Max up! Let's see. Actually, I'll save going that way. Or, Oh, okay. I know where I am. I knows where I'm at. Oh. I actually expected them to hit me as I was going past. I expected them to hit me as I was going past, but I guess I'm just way too fucking fast. Pretty sure that was a book, but I guess that book wasn't replaced by a Heart Max Up. It's really weird. It's like sometimes they are and sometimes they aren't. I don't know. Again, it's actually kind of dangerous to save in case something happens to the file, but well, whatever. This is what boss fights have basically devolved into. Just me spamming this attack constantly. And then when I'm out of mana, I just... Okay. Life max up. Heart max up. Oh. Out of my way, yous. Three hits and you're dead. 'Cause it's 1, 2, 3 hits off with your head. With my stellar sword. Almost kind of wish that this sword would make a return in another game as just a piece of equipment. Yeah-do-do-do. Ow. How dare you expose my frames of animation as being not all that great? After playing Symphony as of late, it really does impress me just how well the visuals in this game are. Ouch. Maxim can't fight himself. Ah. They don't even so much as give him a doppelganger. Ow. Then again, come to think of it, Justy didn't have a doppelganger either, so... Nah. Triple jump. I think he also jumps out higher with each jump. Can't remember if there's any life max up. One thing about the Castle A and Castle B thing is that sometimes... Oh. Maxim is kind of interesting in that most alternate character modes you're usually immune to various status ailments, but Maxim is not. He is not immune to status ailments. I think he might be immune to stone, but even then I'm not entirely sure. Ow. And there was no reason to go over here. Fan-booping-tastic. Well, I should hit the nearest save point before going on to fight the next bios. I think I just skip past the next save point. Boom, 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 boom. Whoa! Ah, Mr. Bone Archer. You don't belong in this wild. You know what? I should have came through the other way. Ah, well, whatever. And he's dead. I just killed me a devil. The devil. Well, I mean, I killed Death, so, eh. Although, isn't Death supposed to be an angel or something? What's going on here? Whee! That is ridiculously stupid, and I love it. Yeah, I should have actually came up from the aqueduct and to here. That would have actually made more sense. Oopsie poopsie at. Oh, I don't have enough mana for that. I do have enough hearts for that. Although, it's funny, every time I do that, I swear, it's like, every time I do that, I come across a frickin' health max up in, like, just a few more rooms. Oh, jeez. I don't even need the cogs. He's a lot floatier than Juste was. Ow. Harpy. Discover. Flea man. Out of my way. See what I tell you, life max up not too long after using that one attack. Though I suppose I probably might not have actually lived to see it, and I've gotten most of my hearts back by now, so... Cool. No harm done, right? Get out of my way, you foul beast! You foul fiends! Ruler sword level 2. But I can't measure anything with that! Forgot to put all the markings on it so I could actually measure with it. Bum 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 bum. That gears. You can't actually go here in Castle B because the like his attacks don't seem to move gears at all for some reason. Do 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 do. Okay. Ow. That was close. Also, like the last minute critical hit I got there. Just love how all these puzzles are just open. Even though he could have done some of them. But, whatever. What can you do? It's an extra game mode after all. Wah. This is a lot easier with Maxim because he moves just so ridiculously fast. And then you can do shit like this, so it's like, race? What race? The only race I see is the human race. I mean, wait, what? Ow. And then again, I can just do... Ow. Was there a ball there? I could have sworn there was a ball there. Oh well. Whatevs. Out of my way, you weird bin... Whatever those things are. I wonder if they're supposed to be, like, urns that you put, you know, ash into, like, either sacred ash or, like, sacred consecrate... I can't speak today. Or like, if somebody's been if somebody had been cremated or something. I'm just wondering, like, what the purpose of that enemy is. Ow. It's Max Slimer, the boss everyone probably forgets is even in this game. Ew, it just exploded! Happy lady. Feathered demon. 1, 2, 3. I think that was 3 hits, but I think one of them might have been critical. I'm not sure. Now for some pointless backtracking that if I had planned this a little bit better, I probably wouldn't have to do. Oh well. Good thing Maxim's fast. Your ruler's sword doesn't rule my sword! Flying through the air. Oh, I got a critical hit on him, that's why. I was wondering, like, he shouldn't be dead yet, should he? Yeah, I was supposed to hit that button from the other side there. Whoopsie. Oopsie daisy. Well, there's only one more boss. No, wait, there are a few other bosses that I still have to fight in this. I'd actually forgotten about the, I actually kind of forgot about the Minotaur. Oh well. I've got a pretty good route to get to him. I just had to glance over at the thingy to make sure it was still recording. Ow. Kick, kick. Get your kicks. 'Cause your kicks are for kids. Or something. And what does it say about the Game Boy Advance when it does transparency effects on native hardware better than the Sega frickin' Saturn? Which was supposed to be a 2D powerhouse? Just, like... just asking. Flying bones, the bones, them flying bones. Well, Maxim is going to be rich in U.S. currency, which, oh yeah, the time this game takes place, I'm pretty sure the U.S. does not exist. Or it's, like, in its infancy. I think this is in the 1600s, though, so yeah, I think the US wouldn't have existed at this time. Ow. Ow. Castle, top floor. Moonlight. Weird towers that may or may not be 3D models. Ominous clouds. Purple skies. Life max ups. portals, boss doors, red bleeding cracking orbs, and a Pazuzu! Like I said, this is what boss battles have devolved into. And he's dead. You know, Mark was right. He does kind of look like a weird goat demon thing. Well, don't mind if I do. I'll thank you too. Why not? I do find it kind of funny that Maxim is still subjugated to, bad status ailments. Like, that is usually not a thing for, extra characters like him. They're normally immune to all that junk. But considering how powerful he is, I guess they didn't want to make him too overkill. Though, to be fair, he is almost he's almost Sega Saturn Maria levels of broken. Almost. I ain't gonna bother with the save point. Usually a lot better at that. And he's dead. And I do believe that... Good. You killed me! Good! That's all I could think of when I saw that. Yes, but I do believe that that is all of the bosses in Castle A. I was not originally planning on... I also didn't want to beat Death at that point for thematic reasons, you know, but I was like, might as well. Okay. Ow. Ow. Stupid flea man. Gorgon! Interestingly enough, Medusa is a Gorgon. So that thing is definitely not a Gorgon. Like, what the flying funk fritters are they talking about? It's honestly more like a behemoth than a Gorgon. Though, the fact it can turn into stone, I guess, is Gorgon-ish? Ow. Alright, well, that was part 1, Castle A. Join me in part 2 for Castle B.